Welcome, everybody, back to another episode of The Dance Floor. I'm your host, Ty Nelson, and today, as all days, we have another awesome guest. I am joined by Ava Howe, who is a ship show dancer along with me in this cast on The Valiant Lady. A really vibrant human, a fun personality, all smiles, an athletic person as well, very much in the world of not necessarily bodybuilding, but health, and has been a very actually haven't had to do any redos on the intro, so I'm just going to keep it as bad as it is right now. She has partnered with another person, Denise, who's a part of the series, and they do workouts on every second C day.
Correct.
Yeah, so very busy body and just a dope human. Hello, Ava.
Hi.
So would you let everybody else know who you really are, other than that little thing I just said?
I don't know. You made me sound pretty good. But yeah.
She is.
I'm Ava from small town Lebanon, Ohio, but currently located in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm a dancer, have been a dancer my whole life. I went to school for dance. But more than that, I would just say I'm a performer, an artist, doing all the things. As you mentioned, I'm also a coach, personal training, and yeah.
Ooh, this is a good one. I don't think I've even asked somebody this.
Ooh.
What do you define as artistry?
Ooh.
I know, big question to get things going.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
Artistry.
Yeah.
I consider artistry any type of, I was going to say any type of human expression, but really any type of expression in general of anything. Because, we look at artistry the way that we do it in sense of performance and the things that humans create and how they express their emotions, their feelings, and ways of that. But there's also artistry in nature and the way the waves move and the way the sky changes color throughout the day. So yeah, it's really just artistry is living. Wow.
Okay. Okay, Ava. Yeah, dope. All right. What is your background, whether it be collegiate, whether it be, where you trained growing up dance-wise? What is your full background?
Mm-hmm. So yes, I grew up in the competition dance world, as many of us did.
Same. Work.
Loved it. No hate. But yeah, I did that all my life. I've been dancing since I was 2 or 3 years old in the little combo classes. Competed through high school, went to college, 4 years, BFA, Wright State, let's go, Raider up.
Hey.
Went to school for dance, studied there more classical styles, very focused on technique, and then decided from there that I didn't want to go the classical route. I just wanted to perform in any way that I could do that. So I went into the theme park world. There's a theme park back home, Kings Island, that I worked for 2 years, a year and a half, something like that. And the whole time while doing that, I was auditioning for cruise ships because that was my big goal for many years.
Yeah.
And then now we're here.
Here we are. Kings Island, is that like, what property is that? It's like it's just its own thing, or?
So it used to be Cedar Fair, but I believe now Cedar Fair and Six Flags have merged. To where it's either Cedar Fair or Six Flags. I'm not positive.
Okay.
But yeah.
What's like your favorite part of being at that place, like Kings Island? What would be like the most rewarding part of that job?
I really enjoy the audience interaction I have at that job. There's a lot of when I'm there, I'm typically in a stunt show, so I'm still a dancer, not a stunt artist. But I get to work with a lot of stunt people, which is very cool.
Yeah.
So the audience is always super engaged and super excited and, usually screaming because people are jumping off stuff and flipping on bikes. And so as the dancers, we get to not only perform on stage, but we could actually go into the crowd and help get people riled up and also, bring them into the whole experience. And one of the roles I played at the park was I was also a mime, which was hilarious. I got to go around and interacting with people in that way is so different. Not different because, dance, you don't speak. Mime, you don't speak. But, I don't know, there's just a whole different character.
Oh, yeah, it's more playful. You get a lot more leeway to mess with people. What about dance background? You said the competition dance scene led you into Kings Island, and then it led to basically this audition. Did you do anything collegiately? You said you threw up a sign or something. What was that
Yes, Raider Up.
Raider Up.
I went to Wright State University. That's where I got my BFA in dance. Yeah, it was a really great program. Very, I think I said classical is how I would describe it. Very modern ballet, jazz, tap, which is not entirely the field that I ended up with as far as specialties, but it gave me a really solid base and technique for any type of dance that I want to do in the future. So I'm very grateful for them.
Is tap still your favorite? Because I know
Tap is
I've
my
seen Ava
favorite.
try tap a couple times, and by try I mean kill it on stage when people aren't there. And I love when you tap. So is that one of
Aww.
your favorite ones, or is it just like something else that you love?
Tap is probably my favorite, but it's very much more it's a passion art form.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I love to perform it, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't say performing tap would be my favorite.
Yeah.
However, it will always have a soft spot in my heart, and it's a great way to just, I don't know, get your aggression out, stomping into the floor and
Yeah.
creating rhythms and
I feel that it's kind of similar to a style called crumping. That's why I really like crump.
yes.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's that same vibe. Like you get out a lot of kinetic energy, if you will. Just getting to release. It's sometimes all about release. You know what I mean? Just like to
Yes.
get the feelings out, get the day you've had out. Very dope. What would you say is like the thing that inspires you in dance? It doesn't have to be people because we'll talk about mentors after, but what's like the thing you find inspiring? Obviously, a little bit is your the audience, you know, seeing them do their thing, and that seems to be a common answer. But is there anything else other than audience participation or that connection you feel with an audience when you perform that inspires you to do what you do? And separately, what inspired you to become like more into the health field as well? Yeah.
The range of dance that there is. Like you look at even just on the ship, because here we are.
Yeah.
The range from say the Happenings cast to what Ship Show does to what Untitled does. There's such a variety of what you can do in dance, and it is
That's
still
true.
art. It is still performance. It's still creation. And that's I don't know. That alone's inspired. You know, the cheesy anyone can dance. It's really true.
Yeah.
There's such a level to it. Even in the professional world, it's so different the amount of styles and skills you can have. And then, of course, I have to say the audience engagement because
That's all right. Yeah, you know what?
Yeah,
It's
there's
a big part. It feels nice to make those connections and to make people feel what you're feeling, whether it's like happy or sad or whatnot.
Yeah.
It's very rewarding, I think.
yeah. My favorite's when you look out somebody in the audience who's clearly watching you perform and they have the same face that you have.
Oh yeah,
I know
yeah,
for
yeah.
me, if I'm watching like an angsty contemporary routine, my face is I'm in it with them, like
Yeah.
grimacing in the best way, and I love when I see that back.
That's a
from
good
people.
point. What about for health and wellness? What really got you going with that?
Yeah, so health and wellness, it's been a long journey for me personally. Getting into, we know the dancer world or any performance world, there's a lot of stigma about how you should look, how you should take care of yourself, trying to fit a perfect ideal. And while we are getting more away from that, it's still there.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah, of course.
It's not ever going to go away.
It's
That's-
ingrained almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of personal struggles with that growing up, being a more stocky girl. I've been this height since I was 12.
Oh, work.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was used to being the biggest girl in the room in whatever way that meant.
Okay.
So that was definitely a struggle for me for a very long time. And I tried a lot of very unhealthy ways of managing that all through high school as well as through college. To the point where it was making performing hard sometimes. And that kind of led me to find a switch in my mind of like, okay, if I really want to do this, before anything else, I got to take care of my body.
Right.
Because that's it. If your body's not doing well, you're not dancing well.
That's right.
So yeah, that led me to start the journey of just finding better ways to take care of myself, body, mind, and soul. And then from there, I was like, wow, I actually really enjoy this. I started teaching some classes just for my students, teaching
Okay.
them about health and wellness and how they could implement that for themselves as they're training. And it just became a passion from there. I got my certified personal trainer, CPT, and then now
Work.
here we are.
And now you're doing it literally on the ship, as we said, with Denise, every second C day, making up a class schedule, if you will. So you do like HIT classes. How do you know what to put together? Like, do you have a program that you just kind of follow, or are you just on the fly being like, hey, let's do the push-ups here, let's do the rows over here? Like, how do you choreograph, if you will, to keep it in the vein of it, like creating a class, a HIT class?
Yeah, so I'll be honest, we've gotten a little looser with it,
Uh-oh.
but in a good way. Because a big thing about it is, we're on a ship. We want to make it fun.
Yeah.
And we want to make it accessible to everybody, whether you are in entertainment or not. So, yeah, the way we've been doing it recently is Denise and I just meet up 20 minutes before class. and we go through like, okay, we want to have a full body workout today.
Yeah.
So here are the muscles we want to hit. We want to hit arms, we want to hit back, we want to hit legs, we want to hit glutes. What's an exercise for each of those?
Okay. Yeah,
and
that's
then
pretty good.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Is there something that you've learned throughout your creative process or advice that you've been told that's really stuck with you that maybe you use as like a daily mantra or things you tell yourself in the mirror? What advice would you like to give out, and what are things that you think people should try to learn throughout their journey, whether it's in arts or just in life in general?
So I actually have two pieces of advice that have stuck with me for a very long time.
Okay.
One is from my brother. I actually have this written on my wall currently. He gave it to me in a letter.
Cute.
He said, "Consistency is your superpower. Take the word motivation out of your vocabulary."
Ooh.
And I know when you hear that, you're like, "Ooh, but you want to be motivated. Why wouldn't you want to?"
You gotta do it when you're not motivated.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is the key, is staying consistent and continuing to work and thrive and grow even when you don't want to do it.
Right.
If you only work when you're motivated, you're probably only working 50% of the time.
That's
if
true.
that.
That's true. I've been kind of feeling that with this process, to be honest, like, because dancing more, it won't make sense now, but the majority of this series was done in like 2 weeks. And whenever I'm scheduling multiple people on the same day, like today it was pretty easy with you and Sammy, even though it was very, not draining, but what's the word when you like do a lot and you're just like taxing? It was taxing on the body. I'm like, I gotta wake up tomorrow and do 2 more, and it really does come down to, you gotta be consistent, but also I want to speak on the fact that it feels good when you do it even if you didn't want to originally, because sometimes when you get done you're like, damn, I'm glad I did that, you know? Yeah, consistency. Okay. And what's your other thing?
My other thing, this came from my best friend growing up. Her mom would always say it: never think you're that important. Which is another one that sounds really mean, especially when you think, oh, her mom said this to her. When she first said it to me, I was like,
damn,
dude,
yeah.
that's brutal.
Yeah.
But the way I take it, or the way I've grown to take it, is not to take things too personally.
Yeah.
And not even just that, but you are the center of your own world. You should be the center of your own world, but
Right.
so is everybody else.
Right.
So, you didn't get the job. That's not because you didn't deserve it. Somebody said something you didn't like. That's not because they wanted to make you mad. Like, not everything is necessarily directed at you. Everybody's just living their life. So learning how to, I don't know, I could just, thinking that helps me relax a little bit. Even just as simple as you're walking down the hallway and you're like, oh, what if somebody notices that my hair is not looking good today, or somebody looked at me funny? Never think you're that important.
Yeah, everybody's in their own little world.
Everybody's just doing the best they can.
That's true. I mean, sometimes we really think that the things we're doing matter that much to other people, but oh my God, it's literally escaping me. But I was talking about embarrassment. I think it was with Alphonse, and it's like, embarrassment is, he had said embarrassment is a choice. That's one of his things that he uses. And it's kind of in that same way where it's like, you get so caught up in worrying about what the other people are doing, you won't really get to enjoy your thing. The embarrassment will get to you. The thoughts of, well, they clearly, that's another thing I think is like assumptions for me, is I had to stop worrying about assumptions. Like, I just assumed everybody, yeah, that's a good one. You're not that important. And again, it does sound harsh, but there's a lot of context there. So
And
thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's finding that line between not saying like things don't matter because of that, but
Right.
clarifying things do matter. You
Yeah.
matter. But yeah, just don't always take it so seriously, and trust that you are on your own journey.
I feel like that goes hand in hand with the choreography process, because when you overthink what you're making, sometimes you don't even produce it. It's like being a perfectionist, But like when you just have fun and you go with it, you don't spend up too much time on like, well, it's got to look amazing.
Like, this one move is not the right.
Yeah.
People might miss that one move.
That's right. That's right.
There's so many other amazing moves there. To focus on those ones.
Today we chose Purple Rain by the one and only Prince. Can you talk a little bit why you chose it, and maybe even the section of the music that you chose it?
So yes, this song has been in my head for the past like 3 months on repeat. I don't know why. It's just been playing over and over and over again. We all know the song, especially the chorus. And then as it was stuck in my head, I started listening to it over and over again, and I started paying more attention to the words. was like, oh, okay, this is trying to tell me something.
Mm.
And there's a specific part in the song that says, honey, I know times are changing. It's time we reach out to something new. And for me personally, this has been a huge period of change in my life.
Yeah.
It's my first time on a ship. It's my first time out of the country. It's my first time not really being at home. Like, even in college, I was still an hour from my hometown versus I'm literally away.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just a big, I don't know, reminder of all the things I've done and how far I've come and how far I still have to go, but just to accept the change. There's another line in I'm trying to remember what it is. Oh, you want to be a leader, but you can't make up your mind.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you close it and let me guide you to the purple rain? And I don't know exactly who he's talking to about in that case. It's just him singing to someone, but it felt almost like a spiritual moment of let life take you where it's going to take you.
Yeah.
Let the change happen. Let what's coming come. Don't necessarily try to lead it or control it or manipulate it. And I don't know, it's been very reflective for me these last couple months. So I've tried to dance to it a couple times on my own, and it's been fine. But I was like, I feel like I should build with this. So Thank you for coming in the process.
I'm very grateful. It was so much fun. Watching the video, obviously I'm a little critical of like my decisions, like just being loose with my arms, but the choreography in general is so much fun. Like I had such a good time creating with you. And again, natural. Like, just letting it flow, letting whatever the choreo be, just be. We put a little partner work into it, which was fun. But this one was like a good, like, almost like what you're saying with the audience, how you make those faces. We're kind of doing that with their bodies and the music.
Yeah.
We're like, and at the very, very end, purple rain, we're letting the rain hit us. So I had a lot of fun. So thank you for sharing that song, especially such an iconic song. I had a really good time.
Me
thank
too.
You. Yeah, it was dope.
I didn't feel like I had to perform.
Yeah.
It was one of those, it just kind of happened, it just.
Sometimes we kind of talked about this earlier, but you got to do projects that are not about perfection. They're not about getting paid. They're not about stress, because I feel like as dancers, the hobby becomes the job, and you forget that like it's all about having fun.
Yeah.
And that's been a really refreshing part of this series. And I hope any of you out there take away to just try and have fun, especially when you see these different styles and different approaches to dance. It's not all the same, and there's different levels to it. And what I will say has been a through line through the entire process is how happy everybody has been when they get done. But just get out there and have fun. Get out there and play. That's
we didn't choose dance for the money. We chose it because we love to do it.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, we definitely did not choose it for the money. That's for sure.
So yeah, it was nice to remember. Well, it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just nice to reconnect with the passion of it.
Yeah.
And remembering that, yes, it's a job, but it's a really freaking awesome job.
Agreed. Absolutely. First high five of the podcast, just so everybody knows. I really hope I'm not wrong on that. What is something that you're looking forward to most after this contract's done? Are you going to do a little bit more of the same, or are you going to try something new?
So, a little bit of both.
Okay.
Immediately after, I am going back to Kings Island.
Right. Okay, love it.
So, contract there. I will most likely be the mime again, because they like to put me in that role. But we'll see. That will be the same, but different. I've gotten really into the circus art forms, or something a little different. I won't say all circus, but pole dancing.
I was going to say, you've been working on pole. It's been really good. I've seen the progression on your stories.
You saw where it started. It was rough at first.
As
I
all
couldn't even
things
hold
are.
on to the pole.
As
now
all
we're
things are when you first start. Of course.
So I'm very excited to explore that and explore like more aerial arts. I want to dance in the sky, baby.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited to keep training in that way, and then always training dance. There's always something new to learn, something new to explore. But yeah, and then overall excited to come back and do it all again, whether it's this show or another show or
is happening something you would look into? I know when we first ever met, we talked a little bit about like the balancer, which would be a great role for you. I don't know what the stipulations are of like whether it's a pay cut or whether it's a pay increase or whatever it is, but would that be something that you would be considering regardless?
That is something I've been talking to a lot of the Happenings members about, actually.
Okay.
And now I'm on record. Watch out.
That's right. So we'll see. We'll catch up with you.
But yeah, that is From the beginning, I don't know. I really loved the energy that they brought, and it seems so much fun. And like I mentioned, I love audience engagement and being able to interact with, in this case, the sailors or anybody, to where I thought it would be not only a fun experience, but something to kind of push my boundaries a little bit because I've never done hosting or been on a mic or.
Oh, you do so good.
Like
Truly,
a little
not
bit,
even just
but...
like as to hype you up. You would do so good with it. I would appreciate to watch you do your thing, girl. Yeah, that would be fun.
But it's another one that I just like. I don't know. I want another. I love to challenge myself, and that would be a new challenge
Hell
in
yeah.
a kind of a different realm than what I'm currently doing. So yeah, we'll see. Balancer was definitely a contender because obviously the fitness, but even just any of the positions that dance because I never want to lose that.
Influencer role. Okay, yeah.
The influencer role feels more ideal just for the dance portion.
That's fair, yeah, because it's dance heavy only in those roles, and Balancer you'd maybe do like Latin class or maybe Zumba,
Yeah.
So that's fair enough.
Still got to keep that part in my life, but consider branching out.
Okay. In the same vein, almost to wrap things up, where can people expect you next? We talked about Kings Island. Where can people find you? What's your Instagram? Do you do personal training online that people can book you with? Yeah. That's a great plug if you want to tell them.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Yes, so my Instagram is Ava, AVA, _ Howe, HOW, 3 E's. Yeah, I don't know why.
That's all right.
It stuck. It's my nickname in school.
But it is Ava Howe, right?
It is Ava Howe.
I was feeling like a jackass for a second there.
No,
I was like,
good.
I thought it was Howe.
I got called Howie a lot in school.
Okay, of course.
Because there's an E at the end, yeah. So we roll with it. But I do, personal training. So if anybody needs some personal training, specifically for the dancers, I love to share my tips and tricks in that. Was that what the question?
Yeah, you did good. Yeah, you did good. It's just like a moment where you can plug yourself. People out there, once again, thank you for joining in. My name is Ty Nelson, your host. Want to give another huge thank you to Ava Howe for joining in. Fun dance with Purple Rain. Another great interview. Hopefully, when you see this, you'll enjoy the song, or maybe you'll find some inspiration in today's episode. No matter what, the goal is we hope that we will one day see you out on the dance floor. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you. Thanks again.
Woo!
Booyah. Ooh. Ooh. Official.